Hello everyone, it's Robin here, and today we're gonna do something just a little bit different. I need some help from you. So, my good friend Kate, Princess Minnie, amazing YouTube channel, she has been trying to help me in my quest and search for a princess. I'm trying to figure out which princess I want to collect. So she thought that this tag might help me out. Now this tag was created by another great YouTuber friend, Taryn, over at Twinklebell Taryn. Please watch her channel too. She is amazing. And she created this fun tag. So Princess Minnie did this tag a few weeks ago, tagged me, and thought it would help me out because if I could figure out which Disney princess I am most like, then maybe that will help me figure out which Disney princess I want to collect. So what's the name of the tag? Well, which Disney princess am I? So I'm up for the challenge, and so let's get this started. But before we do, we need to put on our tiara. So there you go. So you have my nice silver tiara happening here. Perfect, perfect. Now this tag has 13 questions, and I'm going to answer them, and from my answers, I'm gonna ask you to kind of come up with which Disney princess do I seem most like, and that's what you're gonna answer in the comments below. Now, as of today, Disney has 11 official Disney princesses. And these are the princesses that we're going to be using for the basis of this. So let me run through them for you real quick. So we have Cinderella, we have Aurora, we have Snow White, we have Belle, we have Ariel, we have Jasmine, we have Rapunzel, and Tiana, and Mulan, and Pocahontas, and Merida. Whew, that's a lot of princesses. Now I know there are a ton of other amazing ladies in the Disney universe, but these are the 11 official Disney princesses that we're gonna be working with. So I'm excited, and I'm gonna get to these questions, and I can't wait to see where this goes. So question number 1 is favorite leisure or hobby? Well, that's easy. I love collecting Disney pins. I know, but I just love it. Now, I have the collecting gene in me, I think. My grandmother was a huge collector. She collected dolls, and she got to the point where she was even restoring dolls, and she was making her own dolls, but she was always a collector in that type of thing. My mom was a big collector too. I know she collected a lot of different things, but I know she collected like little trinkets from different places, like she collected spoons and thimbles and things of that nature. I've always had certain collections in my life. When I lived in Southern California, I know I had a pretty avid growing teacup collection. When we moved out here to the Midwest, I had to send a lot of those to other places. I couldn't really bring everything with me. But when we got here and I started collecting pins last year, I just fell in love with them. I just absolutely love Disney pins. I think considering I had to get rid of a collection because it was so large, the Disney pins are a little more compact, although when you start getting enough of them and all those boards, it's not as compact as you think, but they're small, and that's what I love about them. I love that they each have their own little memory to them. They have little stories to them. They're little pieces of artwork, and I absolutely love it. Right now, my huge thing is collecting Disney pins. The second question is explain your style. What does even that mean, right? On my Pinterest, I actually have a category that says, style me, please, because I don't really know. I'm more like of a jeans and t-shirt kind of a person, but I really do like to dress up jeans. I like wearing layers. I like long flowing layers on the top. That makes me really happy. I do tend to wear black. That stems from my theater days. When I was working backstage, I learned that wearing black was very helpful because it helps you hide in the wings and whatnot. But I also learned that black was a great palette to add anything else to, and it was just easy to pull out of the closet. Rod and I have talked numerous times how easy it would be if you just had a uniform in your everyday life, and then you wouldn't have to think about what clothes you were wearing. You just put it on. Well, I feel that way when I put black on. It's just easy. It goes on, and then you can add anything to it. You can accessorize it how you want. You can add pops of color here and there, and it just works out. So I guess whatever that style is called, that's me. Question number 3 is, are you humble? And you know, I do like to think that I'm humble. I think humble is, I think it gets misunderstood oftentimes. I don't think of humble as passive or weak. I do think sometimes being humble, you are a strong person. But for me, I tend to like to help others shine, if that makes any sense. I think people who are arrogant and boastful, that is not humble. I think you can have great qualities, and I think you can be good at something and still be humble. I think I can be good at this and you can be good at this, and it doesn't make me better than you or you better than me, and it makes us equal together. I think that Gaston, not humble. He's very arrogant and boastful. He's very good at what he does, and a lot of what he says is truth. He is strong, he is good looking, but he's very boastful about it and very arrogant about it. And so I think he is not humble. On the other hand, Belle, I think she's good at a lot of things too, but she doesn't go around, you know, yelling about it all the time, and I think she's humble. So I think that for that, yes, I think I am humble. Question number 4 is, if you could have any animal sidekick, what would it be? Oh my gosh, this is so much fun because I love all Disney animals. So, on one hand, I love Disney birds. So I love all the tiki birds, right? On the other hand, I also love cats. See, I'm a big Cheshire cat collector too. So if you had a bird, that could include also like Kevin or Hey Hey. Oh my gosh, how much fun would Hey Hey be as a sidekick? I don't know how helpful Hey Hey would be, but you would have a lot of fun with Hey Hey, that is for sure. On the other hand, I already mentioned Cheshire Cat. You could have a Figaro, super, super cute. But you could also have Tigger, which would be really fun, and Raja. Oh my gosh, that tiger would be amazing. So yeah, I would actually like both sides. So what I want to do is kind of mesh both sides together to create my own animal sidekick. But you know what? I think Disney already did, and you need to bear with me because in my mind, this works. So you get the fun birds and the fun cats meshed together, and I come up with Mushu. Oh, a dragon, because dragons can fly and they also have fun cat-like qualities, right? Mushu would be an amazing sidekick. Now, I know Mushu is a little bit about himself, but I think that also just makes him fun because in the end, he really does watch out for Milan. And you know, Mushu is also like ancestral, and he has like powers and all of those fun things. So I think Mushu would be an awesome sidekick and a lot of fun too, and quirky, and I won't quite know what he's gonna do. It's almost sounding like the Cheshire Cat. Not quite like the Cheshire Cat. See, you thought I was gonna say Cheshire Cat, didn't you? No, I'd like Mushu. Question number 5 is, what is your dream job? Ooh, I definitely would want to be a cruise director. Hello, how much fun would that be? You're on a cruise ship, traveling from place to place to place and creating all the fun. Sounds fabulous to me. Now, we used to live in Southern California, so we were by the ocean, and we live in the Midwest now. We live in Illinois. No ocean. Guess what? I miss the ocean. I really do miss the ocean. My sense of direction is completely gone because I don't know where the ocean is when I'm here. That's one thing, but I absolutely do love the ocean. I love cruising too. We've gone on quite a few cruises, and I really find it a fun way to visit other places. Now, I know you're really just visiting for short periods of time in places, but sometimes that's enough just to get a snippet of an idea, and I just love the water. It is so beautiful. There's something about being on a cruise that's just fabulous. But I said cruise director because it'd be a job, so I know I'd be working it, and part of the cruise director job would be the person creating all the fun. That sounds like a great job. Just making sure everyone's happy and having fun. I mean, that's just stuff I do anyway. I like to create fun. I like to build programs. I like to create events and, you know, all of those things. It just would be so much fun. Plus, I know on cruise ships they feed you. So that in itself is fabulous. So cruise director, because yes, I'd be around the ocean. I get to travel. I get to be the person that helps create all the fun. And I get to get fed. Perfect. Definitely cruise director. Or maybe a detective. That could be a good one too. Question number 6 is, what is your best quality? And you know, I had to think about this one for a little bit, but I think it really comes down to is that I'm very optimistic. I'm really that glass is half full kind of a person. I tend to look at the positive side of things. I look for the good in people, and you know, my optimistic side here really is what helps drive me in my life, which is what helps me be happy and what helps me stay focused. It's what helps me be persistent in doing the things that I really love to do, like YouTube, like creating videos and that type of thing. My optimistic side, I think, really drives my very being. So I think that's probably my best quality. Question number 7 is, what is your worst quality? Whoa, that's stressful. And you know what? I have been thinking this one through for quite some time now. I would have probably had this video done last week if I could have figured this question out, but it's stressful and I was thinking this one through. In fact, I was overthinking this to a degree that I've come up with my worst quality is that I overthink things. Sometimes I do, because the problem with overthinking things is that it stalls you out and keeps you from doing things that you want to do. Well, that's what it does for me. It keeps me from doing things that I want to do. It kept me from creating this video like a week ago because I kept overthinking the question and overanalyzing it. And I think that does tend to be my worst quality. Question number 8 is, when and where do you sing the most? Oh my gosh, I love singing. You know, I just love singing. I especially love Disney songs and, you know, any musical songs really, because they just like pull you in and make you want to sing them. So I do sing just about anytime, anywhere. I could be singing while I'm cooking dinner. I could be singing while I'm just hanging around the house. I'm singing in the car. I'm singing sometimes in mid-sentence just because. But you know, I will tell you this. I do my absolute best singing when I'm by myself. You should hear me. I am fabulous. Question number 9 is, what is an article of clothing or accessory that you can't live without? So without overthinking the can't live without part, because really I could live without anything. So don't overthink that. The thing that makes me feel me, or the thing that I feel naked when I don't have it, are my earrings. I know it's a very weird thing, but I love earrings. The danglier, the better. I love these. These are really fun. Look at these. See, I'm looking at them now. These dangle. They have like a couple of layers of dangle too. But I don't wear a ton of jewelry, but I do like to wear earrings. And I do find that if I'm out in the day and I forgot to put some in, I don't feel like myself. So I guess my earrings would be my answer to that question. Question number 10 is, what is the most important quality in a prince? Well, fortunately, I have found my prince, and I say that completely with my heart because Rod is definitely my prince. Now, a sense of humor, absolutely, would love to have that there. And you know, we laugh all the time, but I think there's something a little bit deeper. And it has more to do with a change that happened in me once I met him than him. So let me try to speak this one out, and let's see if we can get to the end of this here. So before I met Rod, I was always, and I still am, a very strong person, but I was always, I can take care of myself. If anything was going to happen, I was going to make sure I could protect myself and anyone around me. I was the person in charge. I could take care of it. And since I met him, I have allowed him to take care of me. I've never let anybody do that before. I mean, other than my mother, but I allow him to take care of me. I have that much faith and trust in him in watching out for me that I allow that to happen. And I think then what that stems in, and I already just said the word, is that I have full trust in him. We could be walking down the street and he could reach his hand out to me and I will just take it and go with him. I have no idea where we're going or where we're heading to, but I have every faith and trust that I will be okay and he will take care of me. We've even had this happen before. We've done a lot. Like I said, I used to live in Southern California, in San Diego, and you know, you go to the hills there, and we do a lot of hiking, and they do have mountain lions there. And one time we were out there hiking, and we were just walking and talking, and all of a sudden he just reaches down and he picks up this giant stick, and he says, "Here, hold this." And we just kept walking, and I was holding this stick. And I found out later that he had seen something rustling, like it could have been a mountain lion, and he just wanted to make sure I had protection. But he didn't want to say that to me because he didn't want me like freaking out in the middle of there, because that wouldn't have done anybody good. But I just take that stick, and I know that there's a reason he's giving to me, and I don't ask questions. I just carry the stick, and I know if I need it, I'll use it. He reaches his hand out to me and says, "Let's go," and I just take it. So I hope this all came out right. I'm still very strong and very protective of me and everyone around me, but I have every faith and trust in him that whatever he says is gonna happen, or wherever we're gonna go, it's gonna work. So trust, I think, is the most important quality, at least for my prince. Question 11 is, if you could have any Disney ability, what would it be? Ooh, that sounds like fun. Like there's so many out there, right? Okay, I'm gonna go straight to my fairies though for this one, and I'm talking every single one of them. If I could have that pixie dust shooting out of my fingertips so that I could like spread bibbity bobbity goodness on people all the time, that would be like the absolute best thing in the world. Like shoot pixie dust for you, pixie dust for you. I would love that. I would love to make people's day by shooting pixie dust out of my fingers. So does it come out of your fingers? It's not like Spider-Man, right? Like do I have a wand? I don't know, but pixie dust, bibbity bobbity boo, all those fun things. That would be one fun Disney ability. Question 12 is, what is your favorite color? Finally, we get to some easy ones, right? Well, my favorite color is robin egg blue. It's the same color you see on the banner of my YouTube station, or on the back card if you watch the video all the way to the end, you'll see blue with bubbles. That's my favorite color. I absolutely love robin egg blue. It's a similar color that you will also see when you're in the Caribbean or the Bahamas in the ocean. So you'll have, when it comes near the edge of land, you'll have the dark bands, but then you'll have this really light band of bluishy green color. It's just this vibrant, beautiful, pastel, clear, all those great words, blue. And I love that color. Like if I could live that color, I would live that color. It's just so gorgeous and peaceful and beautiful, and love it. Second and third, I think purple is always great, and so is green, any shade. I love purples and greens too, but that robin egg blue or that Caribbean sea, Bahama sea blue, oh, love that color. Question 13 is, describe yourself in 3 words. Putting yourself in a box is intimidating to me. Now, see, I'm a Gemini, and I don't think you can put Geminis in a box. We're always thinking, you know, this and that, this or that. This is why I'm always sharing multiple pins in all the pin tags, because I'm a Gemini. And I know, Karen, you're a Gemini too. You can probably get me on this. Anyway, besides that, describe myself in 3 words. I'm gonna try to keep to it. Compassionate is one. I think that I really have compassion for others, for people and animals and all of that. I have a very strong empathy thread that runs through me, to a point though sometimes that it makes it difficult because it physically hurts to see some things. Like, so you know the Haunted Mansion ride, okay? There's a part when you leave the house and you're going down, right when you're entering the graveyard, there's the graveyard worker, and he has that dog. I can't look at that. That dog is too skinny and he's whimpering and he's scared and I can't handle it. So that's that empathy thread in me. But you know, that's that compassion gone haywire at the other end. And I do recognize that, but I do avert my eyes every time I go past that. And that's something about me. I don't ever look at that part. But I do believe that I'm compassionate. I just have a lot of love for people, and I try to think of what's happening in their day and in being in their shoes for a little bit, and it helps me in understanding sometimes when people, you know, get quirky or agitated or whatever. So I do think that I'm compassionate. Second, I think that I am impulsive, which can be good and bad. I like the good side of it, for sure. The bad side's not so great, but the good side of impulsivity, that's my fun meter. So, you know, that impulsiveness in me is what allows me just to dance whenever, you know, in the parks, or skip or do a tap dance whenever I want. Like, I tap dance every day in my life in my house because I took classes when I was a child, so now I tap dance every day in my life because it makes me happy. So being impulsive, yeah, for sure. And I think imaginative. I think I'm an imaginative person. I do live in my head quite a bit. I was an only child, and that probably has something to do with my imagination. I always had to, you know, I was always on my own. I mean, not always, but I was on my own quite a bit because I was an only child. I was an only grandchild too, so really there was a lot of times I was on my own just trying to play. So my imagination, whew, got a great workout there. But you know, I can go into a place and I can totally vision what it can be. When I see things, I see past what it is and what it can be. So I'm always looking this far beyond something. And I know it freaks some people out because I know, and I try to understand some people that I've met in my life, you know, they see to hear, and I always feel like, I feel bad because they don't get me, but it really is that they're looking at a blank building and I'm looking at like the Taj Mahal. So there's that, right? I think that imagination in me is what allowed me to live in the tiki room when I was my 12-year-old self, when I only had like 2 or 3 little birds hanging from my ceiling. But in my mind, it was the entire tiki room. But whatever makes me happy, I guess. So what did I say? So I said compassionate, impulsive, and imaginative. Yep, I think those are 3. We'll give you those. I already said I was optimistic and that I overthink things, but we'll give you those 3 there. So this was a lot of fun, and I want to thank my good friend Taryn at Twinkle Bell Taryn for creating such a great questionnaire. I really enjoyed going through the questions and kind of thinking them through myself and then being able to share them with you guys. I really did enjoy that. And I also want to thank my good friend Kate, you know, Princess Minnie, for looking after me and helping me in my quest for searching for a princess. And in thinking that, you know, by doing this tag and finding out, you know, which princess I'm most like, that might help me in that search. So Kate, thank you so much. I do appreciate the tag for sure. And now it's up to you. I need your help. I need your help in letting me know which Disney princess do you think I'm most like. Now let's go through them again. It is the official lineup of 11. So we have Cinderella, we have Aurora, we have Snow White, Belle, Ariel, Jasmine, Tiana, Mulan, Merida, Pocahontas, and Rapunzel. All 11. Of those 11 official Disney princesses, which do you think I'm most like? I really can't wait to find out. I'm very curious. I'm looking forward to May. I've been very inspired by Kate's princess pin boards that she's been sharing. So much so that I think I'm gonna put some of my princess pin boards together so I can share them throughout the month of May. May will have a whole princess thing going on, so it'll be a lot of fun. I'm really looking forward to it. So I hope you all are having a magical day. Oh wait, let me use my Disney abilities. That was my pixie dust coming from my fingers. Again, have a magical day, and I'll see you in my next video. Thank you again, and bye-bye.